Good morning. It is Monday and it's rainy outside and it's cloudy. I don't even know if you guys can see me because I can't really even see myself on my video, but it is rainy and cloudy outside and it looks crappy out here. So we're gonna still make the best of it. Because it's Monday. What? It's Motivation Monday. It's time to get motivated. Let's do something. What you gonna do today? Alright. So today I am going to talk about the awesome joy of what is your fight or flight? Like, who are you? So you know you have a response system, right? You can either fight, you can flight, or you can freeze, right? Fight, flight, or flee. Freeze. That sounded horrible. Fight, flight, or freeze. Okay, I had a tongue twister. So when you are, we're talking about Motivational Monday, and we're talking about moving forward and getting things done and what we got to do. What type of person are you? Are you the type of person that will fight? Are you the type of person that will flight? Or are you the type of person that will freeze? When you have stuff to rise up against you. So for example, you want to start your own business, right? You're trying to get somewhere. You're trying to go somewhere in life. And you have so many people against you. You don't have the finances to do what you want to do, or whatever the case may be. You may not have the best credit to get a loan. Whatever the situation may be, you find yourself doing what? Do you say, forget it, I don't want to do this, I'm just going to run away from this? Do you freeze? Do you feel in your heart that you want to do it, but you don't do nothing? You're like stuck, like, I want to do something. I don't want to give up on my dreams, but I don't know where to go from here. Or do you fight? Do you say, you know what? I don't care if I got $1 to my name. I'm going to use this dollar and I'm going to, purchase some stickers for my business. What do you do? What type of person are you? Are you a fighter? Are you a flighter? Or are you a freezer? Are you someone that just freezes in adversity? Do you fight in adversity? Or do you run away in adversity? I was all three. Yeah, I can recall a whole lot of situations where I was one or the other. I wasn't always a fighter. I wasn't always I fought in some situations. I froze in some situations, and I ran from some situations because some things I just didn't feel like dealing with. I'm a quick flighter. Like, I'm quick to like, you know what, I'm done, I'm out, and just off to the next adventure. That's me. I was more of a flighter than anything, but in my heart I'm a fighter because I refuse to give up. You ever had that feeling that you just like, I don't want everyone to hear somebody say I told you so you fight and you keep going because you're stubborn and you don't want to give up? That's me. I'm stubborn in my heart. Like, I'm a fighter at heart, but I'm a flighter and like natural reality. If I don't feel like doing it, it's not, I'm gonna find a way out. So now that we're talking about Motivational Monday, I have to ask you, to evaluate yourself. Are you that fighter? Are you the flighter? Or are you the one that freezes in adversity? And you have to understand that no matter what it is, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's good. It just depends on what the situation is and what you decide to do in that situation. Sometimes God might have you in a situation and tell you don't move. So you might be stuck in a freeze mode because God is saying don't move, don't go nowhere, let me keep you right here. And then there are times where God is saying go, and you want to fight, you want to throw up the dukes, and God is like, no, just go. You know what I'm saying? So tidbit, love conquers all things. And sound mind, that means that whatever he got us doing, he's going to allow us to have a sound mind with it. He's going to allow us to have peace. So if you are dealing with something and it's a chaotic situation and there's no peace in it, then you got to question on whether or not is God leading you in that direction. You have to question on whether or not is this really what he's telling me to do, because there's really no peace in it. I don't have a sound mind. You know what I'm saying? You're going to face adversity. You're going to have issues. Just because you have issues and problems and adversity doesn't mean that God is not in it. But do you have a sound mind in it? You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is that you got to do not get frozen in fear. Do not get frozen in doubt. but definitely move in the power that God has given you. Dwell in the love and give out the love that God has blessed you with, and do all things in a sound mind. Do not do things in a haste. Do not make any decisions when you're angry or upset. Do not make any decisions when you're frustrated, because a lot of times we can be on a job, like my job, for example, and it is the worst thing ever. Like, I mean, you might really want to be like, I don't want to be here. But you have to ask yourself, okay, is this where God wants me to be? I may not want to be here. It may not feel comfortable to my flesh. It may not feel comfortable to me at this moment. But if this is where God wants me, sometimes you have to be in a place of, where you're uncomfortable. You have to be in an uncomfortable place, and God may have you just there so that he can do some work in you, and so you can fulfill what you got to do. Everybody think that God's calls them to be at this great place where there's no fight, and there's just all of these reignings of blessings, and everybody sits on the throne. And that's not really true. You know what I'm saying? That's not true at all, actually. You know what I'm saying? We were made to be soldiers. We were staying there. Trust and believe that you are going to continue to go through issues while you are there, because you are not following what he's told you to do. Make sense? So if you're in a place of adversity, or it seems like there's no fruits being developed at that time, then you have to question on whether or not God is telling you to stay there. Because anywhere that God wants you to be, there's some type of fruit that's being produced. There's something that God is asking you to leave at that place. You understand what I'm saying? So what is your response? How do you respond? How do you respond to what God is telling you? How do you respond to adversity? Do you fight? Do you flight? Or do you run? You know, who are you? Be a fighter in adversity. Understand that no matter what comes and what goes, you stand your ground in what you believe in and what God has told you. You understand? Look, tomorrow is Tuesday. We're going to do Teenage Tuesday tomorrow. That was actually going to be my topic today, teenagers, but I had switched it up. I think God just had me switch it up, and I just wanted to motivate you guys on today on your response mode. What do you do, and how do you respond to adversity? But I also want to talk about a few other things. So on tomorrow, make sure you tune in for Teenagers Tuesday. I got to tell you about these crazy teenagers.